I'm with Simon Holland, the director of the Garden Tomb. Simon, what time did you get up this morning?
Oh, I got up about 4 this morning, and I woke up to hear people singing in the lane. It's such a glorious thing, yeah.
And you're here at the Garden Tomb. How many people have actually been here at the Garden Tomb so far?
Well, in March, it was 54,000 people came. On Easter Day, it's probably around 4,000 people.
Wow.
That's just the 2 services so far. Yeah.
And you got some more services to come throughout the day. What?
Yeah, we have one more service for the Scandinavian speakers who come, and that's usually around 200, 300, yeah.
You had Nicky Gumbel speaking this morning. How was that?
Yeah, it was really special because in a sense, because he obviously shares his passion for the gospel to be preached, as he was saying in the service, that he was an atheist but then got converted. And then once he was converted, he knew he just had to tell people about Jesus and the life that Jesus can bring and the transforming power. And on Good Friday, he spoke about somebody who a few days ago in Alpha, had given up drink and had been changed by his life. So it's just this message that we have, both the Garden Tomb and Alpha and Nicky Gumbel, that just keep bringing people to Jesus, and that's what it's all about.
Is it exciting seeing people worship Jesus here in the Garden Tomb on Easter Sunday?
I love it. I think it's like a picture of heaven, really. I mean, it's just the whole different nations. There were people in front of me with flags and just dancing for joy. And it is about joy today. There are many problems here in Jerusalem, in Israel, but today it was about focusing on Christ and the joy that he alone can bring. And it's just fantastic to see so many come, yeah.
I noticed up on the top of the mountain there was, I'm presuming, a Muslim guy looking in to see what was going on. What do the Muslim community think when they hear all this music on Easter Sunday?
Yeah, I have no idea. Obviously, they're going through their own Ramadan Karem, so it's sort of a time of fasting for them during the day. But to see the worship of people so alive is such a witness to them of how life can be with God as Jesus. I love the way Nicky talked about how many of the faiths have tombs that people go to where the bodies are of those leaders, as it were. We don't have that in a sense because Jesus is not in the tomb. He's alive and he's in us. Yeah.
What is your prayer for the Holy Land at the moment? We're seeing problems on the news all the time. We've had rockets from the Lebanon, rockets from Syria, and rockets from Gaza. We've had people being killed. What is your prayer for this community here in the Holy Land?
Yeah, I think our prayer always here in the Garden Tomb is that there is the prayer for peace of Jerusalem and of the land. It's such a complex issue. In one sense, humanly, I don't know how we can do this. So the only thing we can do is lean on God and pray to find his solution. And we do that regularly here, as Ruth led in the prayers in the service today, for that peace, in all the conflict, all the pain, because people have lost people, and that's just tragic. But somehow we pray, we've given them a glimpse, a beacon of how life can be with God, and that there is hope. There is eternal hope.
You have a lot of staff here today. Have they been up since really, really early? And how well are they doing coping with all of this?
Well, amazingly, I let them sleep in till 5:30. We started the day at 5:30. Last year it was 4:30. But we had fantastic weather, so we had nothing to clean because it was just the perfect weather, really, for the services. But they, again, have come from all the nations, Canada, Britain, all over the place, really, have come, the USA, to share in this celebration of Jesus risen from the dead. And it's been great to work with them. They've been a fantastic team. Yeah.
Is it time for coffee?
Definitely. I hope there's a donut left for me.
Okay, Simon, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
You too.
Bye.
I'm with Reverend Nicky Gumbel from Holy Trinity Brompton, and we're here in the Garden Tomb. What have you been doing here for this Easter Sunday?
Well, this is an amazing privilege to be in the Garden Tomb, which is a unique and deeply significant place on Easter Day 2023, with 10 years to go before the 2000th anniversary of the resurrection. And to talk a little bit about how wouldn't it be wonderful if we could get this message out to everyone on the planet by 2033.
It must be exciting to actually speak here in Jerusalem on Easter Sunday, here in the Garden Tomb as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jerusalem, as someone said, the history of Jerusalem is the history of the world. This is a unique place, and at one point was regarded as the center of the world. It's the only place that is both in heaven and on earth. There are two Jerusalems, two cities of Jerusalem, and to be here at the epicenter where the central events in the history of the world took place is an amazing privilege on Easter Sunday.
Are you leading a tour here in Israel and traveling?
We have a group here with us, and we are spending some time together. Yes.
Is Israel a place where every Bible-believing Christian should come and visit?
I don't know that you have to come here, but it's deeply significant for me personally. My father was Jewish, and many of my family died in the Holocaust, And so to come back to Jerusalem is a very significant, for me personally.
Does it open up the Bible when you visit this land?
I think it really does, yes. When you visit Magdala, and then you can think of Mary of Magdala. When you visit Capernaum, and you can think of Jesus being there. When you by the Lake of Galilee, and you can imagine the disciples fishing there, and Jesus walking on the water there. Yes, it definitely brings the Bible alive.
Now, you're known for the Alpha Course. How successful has the Alpha Course been?
Well, lots of people have done it. Alpha is an opportunity to explore the meaning of life, and a lot of people have done it. 30 million people have done it, but it's all about the one. And if you're listening to this and you want to explore the meaning of life, what the purpose of life is, there'll be a church near you, wherever you are in the world, that will be running Alpha, and that's a place where you can go. You can have fun. It's very low key, non-threatening, unconfrontational. And you hear a talk which hopefully is interesting, and then you go into discussion groups and you can talk about all the most important questions of life.
Do you know how many people have been saved through the Alpha Course?
I think lots of people. It's not about the numbers, but it's about giving people the opportunity to explore and to find out about Jesus, because that experience of an encounter with Jesus changed my life, and I want as many people around the world to have that opportunity, just as I've had that opportunity.
How did you become a believer in Jesus?
I became a believer through reading the New Testament, and as I read the New Testament, it was as if the person of Jesus came alive, and I encountered him, and I put my trust in him.
Now, you're here in the Holy Land, and at the moment, particularly the moment, we're seeing many, many difficulties. What is your hope for the Holy Land between Palestinians and Israelis and the difficult situation that everybody faces?
Of course, we pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We want to see peace, and we hope and pray that there will be a peaceful and just solution in this land.
What was your message here today in the Garden Tomb?
The message was that Jesus is risen, that there's good evidence that Jesus is risen, and that is good news, because it means that even the worst things in our life can be turned for good.
What's your website for people who'd like to know more about the books that you've written?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
Okay, Nicky Gumbel, thank you very much.
Lovely to talk to you.
I'm with Pamela, and we're here in the Garden Tomb. Pamela, where are you from originally?
Newport Beach, California.
And you've been here for the Easter Sunday service. What was it like?
It was absolutely beautiful and amazing, peaceful. It was wonderful seeing everybody worship, raising their hands, praising God. Some people were crying. It was so beautiful.
And is it amazing to be here Easter Sunday in Jerusalem?
Yes, this is probably about my 5th time for Easter, and it is amazing here. And I'm going to be coming back next year.
What was it like just seeing the tomb here on Easter Sunday?
It makes me just want to cry and rejoice at the same time, knowing that Jesus died on the cross for my sins so that I can be with him for eternity. And it's just amazing. And looking at the empty tomb, realizing that he has risen, and it's just beautiful.
Nicky Gumbel was speaking today. How was the message? Did you get something from the message?
I got a lot from the message. One thing I really liked, and I sent it back to my family at home in California, was how he said the evidence. So I love that.
So are you traveling around all of Israel at the moment?
Yes, I am. I do it all the time, where I start off in Haifa and I make my rounds through Galilee, Nazareth, and then Bethlehem and down here to Jerusalem. So,
what's your prayer for the Holy Land at the moment?
I'm just praying for the peace of Jerusalem. I'm praying for peace of Israel, and just that the Jewish people know that Jesus died for their sins.
Okay, Pamela, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.